in Soldier Field. It is will be appearing at some stage. That famous face will be on the field at some stage, probably as a second half substitute. Injured himself, of course, in a warm-up game against Honduras. But the coach yesterday saying that he's trained as normal in this last week. All his movements were back as they should be, but he's not going to be risked from the start. That'll be a disappointment to this big crowd, certainly to the Argentine fans and certainly to the neutrals here today, and maybe even to one or two Panamanians, because even their coach, Hernan Dario Gomez, was saying yesterday he's a lovely player to watch, you know, if you're a football fan here today. The man for the big occasion will not start this big-ish occasion today. Big-ish in terms of Argentina's current Copa America campaign, because they know a win here carries them through to the latter stages. And they're expected to win here today. They're expected to win big. Lots of anticipation all around the stadium. Smiles from a superstar, and if you're wondering why they're suddenly roaring, it's because his face has gone on the big screen. There he is again. So the noise levels lifting considerably here. And again, early lead. And a celebration for a gentleman who scored quite a few more than just the 2 international goals. But we've seen some real endeavour from Panama, haven't we? Perez here just couldn't quite bring it under control. I'm sure he's appreciating the way Panama... He only has to scratch his head, and it provokes a roar from the goal. After only 9 minutes, the unlikeliest of goal scorers, Otamendi with a header. The sending off of Aníbal Godoy that has reduced Panama to 10 men. And at half-time, Argentina lead here by 1-0. Still no sign of an appearance yet from Lionel Messi, but I'm sure we will see him at some point in the second half. Otamendi, the goal scorer. There aren't many of those to a pound. A Nicolas Otamendi goal, certainly not at international level. Only his second ever for Argentina. His first in a competitive game, and it is what separates these two sides at half-time. Right from the start, but that wasn't the case. The indications were that he was going to come on as a second-half substitution, but even that has not proven correct. Of course, Angel Di Maria having gone off injured. Eric Lamala is the man who's replaced him. And they're not interested in what's happening on the field. On his hands tonight now, and again the atmosphere lifts simply because he's one of several who are warming up on the sidelines. There's no doubt if Soldier Field had its choice tonight. Five or 6 yards. Guess who they're looking at the moment. It's a bit like watching your favourite rock band, isn't it? You're just waiting for the big number. I think you can guess what's happening now. It's almost a lap of honour before he's got on the field for Lionel Messi, who I think has been called by his coach to get himself ready to come on. And according to 40-odd thousand voices in here, not before time. The training top goes off. Well, this is incredible, absolutely incredible. Few instructions issued. And here he comes. Has ever a substitution been met with a roar like this before? The niceties are that Augusto Fernandez comes off and Lionel Messi comes on. 5 times World Player of the Year and something of a hero. Banega, Messi, second touch of the night. The coach yesterday was asked about how does he set up to play against Messi, and he just shrugged his shoulders and said if he's in the zone, you can't set up to play against him. They still go through. Little chip forward and almost a touch. Mercado, Messi. Not that you need telling who's in possession. But too much of a threat in this second period, which is understandable given the fact they're playing with only 10 men. But Argentina are finding it difficult to break them down. And from that, Los Canaleros will be growing in confidence. But the threat grows with every passing minute. Here's Banega. Messi. Lamela. Oh, they're trying to play it away and they haven't done so. Messi! Lionel Messi brings delight to Soldier Field. That is what the crowd demanded. Like a bolt of lightning when the opportunity presents itself, Messi is there to finish. His 51st international goal. And Soldier Field is beside itself that they were here to witness it. It almost feels inevitable, doesn't it? Blocked away. Lamela breaking forward. Here's Messi again. Higuain is up with him. Banega. Messi's there again. The angle's tight this time. Messi again with real vision, doesn't quite pick the ball out, but great intent with the pass. Oh, and it's a slice from Pineda to concede the corner. Less than 7 minutes, 6 minutes and 55 seconds on the pitch when he scored that goal in the 69th minute. And here he is again. As though Argentina are going to bring on Sergio Aguero, trying to run a circle and find a gap. Messi bumped off the ball. Complaint by Gabriel Gomez. And another yellow card. I think less for the foul, more for the reaction that followed the foul. Well, he's kicked him on the right knee, hasn't he? Wouldn't this be a crowd pleaser if Messi were to curl one in from here? Messi, oh my word! It was well worth the wait, wasn't it? Lionel Messi has just brought Soldier Field to its feet. It's a very special goal by a very special player. He's putting on a performance tonight. He's like a shark swimming in a fishbowl. What a goal, what a goal. Well, the coach of Panama did say yesterday, if Messi's in the zone, there's nothing you can do about it as an opposition. He's in the zone. He's in the zone. And his Copa America is up and running. Beware those that face Argentina ahead. Yep, not at the head. Another day at the office as far as Gerardo Martino's concerned. He expects his star to do that kind of. Well, they demanded his presence on the field, and he's not let them down. Gaetan. Moments of magic from Lionel Messi. Argentina haven't finished yet. There's a threat of more to come. Messi, Aguero, Mascherano. Interesting interplay between those two in terms of who captains the side and when. Rises simply because Lionel Messi is coming over to take this. Well, the last thing Panama deserve is to concede a fourth. But they've still played with loads of spirit and lots of reasons to admire them. Especially this fella, Miller, striding out of defence. And against a little slip, and all of a sudden it's Messi who pounces again. Teases onto the left foot for a hat-trick! They cannot believe what they're watching here. It's almost as if the script was written before the match began. He made them wait and finally made his appearance in the second half and has produced a magical hat-trick which will not be forgotten by any of the 50-odd thousand in here tonight. He came, he saw, and he has conquered. Soldier Field has fallen for his charms. Close-up evidence for those here tonight why he is the best player in the world. I think everybody's got a number 10 shirt. Want to search him out with a long ball at this stage. That would be very un-Argentina-like, wouldn't it? They're just going to advance slowly, crab-like down the field again. Vanega. Mascherano. Messi. Looking to curl one in. Oh, he's turn provider for Sergio Aguero. Well, it is getting messy now for Panama. It is 5-0 they trail. They barely deserve that. But the potency of this Argentine attack in the second half has been there for all to see. If Messi's not scoring goals, he's making them. And Aguero this time with a finish. 5-0 Argentina. It is emphatic. Two minutes of stoppage time to play at the end of the 90. There are many, many in here. No doubt about who's the star man. He made them wait before he came on, Lionel Messi. But having come on, devastating, utterly devastating. Well, an idiot on the field wants to get to him, but half substitute. It has been undoubtedly the Lionel Messi show. They were chanting his name well before he arrived on centre stage. And when he did come on, he was never going to fluff his lines, was he? It was a truly splendid solo performance. Argentina are through to the quarterfinals yet again in Copa America, with one group game still to play. They have won here tonight by 5-0. Well, he's made a lifetime habit of scoring hat-tricks, hasn't he? I think if there is a criticism of Lionel Messi, is that he's not all 5-0 scoreline it might have been, but fascinating game in Philadelphia.
Bueno, Leo, atrás quedó el golpe, las lesiones, la inactividad, volviste con todo.
Sí, por suerte sí. Estaba con dolor, por suerte de a poquito se me fue pasando y pensábamos que hoy era lo mejor para arrancar despacito, jugar un poquito y bueno, así fue como...
La rompiste.
No, creo que fue un gran trabajo de todos. Jugamos contra un equipo muy duro, muy intenso, que no te dejaba jugar, la cancha tampoco porque hacía un ritmo, estaba muy alta, estaba seca, te hacía que jugamos un ritmo lento y ellos llegaban a la ayuda y se complicaba, pero teníamos que ganar para asegurar el primer puesto y lo hicimos.
¿Percibís todo lo que generás en la gente?
No, la verdad que estoy agradecido a toda la gente, tanto en la primera ciudad como ahora. Fue fenomenal el trato que nos dio, a mí también especialmente, así que muy agradecido.
Lo viviste de afuera con Chile, hoy lo vivís de adentro. ¿Cómo está Argentina para esta Copa? ¿Esta no se nos escapa?
Ojalá, es lo que decíamos todos, ¿no? Creo que estamos muy bien, vamos creciendo. El primer partido contra Chile creo que se hizo un gran trabajo, un gran esfuerzo de todo el grupo, porque era complicado por el rival, por ser el primer partido de la competición. Y vamos en crecimiento y con tranquilidad.
For him, 4-0 for Argentina, and when he's not scoring goals, he's pretty nifty at creating them as well. He made one for Aguero in the dying stages. And Argentina winning here by 5-0 against Panama to find their way through.